This time in Egypt, many unexpected things happened. For example, the local translator we hired, Dayang, turned out to be a reader of our small account, and also recorded a small video for us. For example, our 2 local tour guides talked a lot about mystical Egyptology. The pyramids are not mausoleums, they are made by aliens. I was shocked to hear this, and I don't know if it's an isolated case. This time, I and the entrepreneurs who asked about the world came to North Africa with a belly full of questions and visited Egypt and Morocco. Modern commerce and ancient civilizations collide. What kind of cremation will be produced? If you make an appointment with an Egyptian native, he smiled and said for a minute, "My friend, don't take it seriously. He may arrive half an hour later. I even told you to talk about it tomorrow." This word is one of the most common in Arabic. Literally by the will of Allah. In the Egyptian cognition, whether the future can happen on time, it does not depend on personal will, but it depends on heaven. So when you're late, the Egyptians will not feel wrong, because time was not in his control. Of course, this is true for people who are used to efficiency. It does hurt a lot. But we have to adapt. Our guide settled the account. An ordinary university graduate in Cairo. The monthly salary is only about 1,800 yuan, but in the city of Cairo, or near the pyramids, region of the Nile, an ordinary apartment with an area of about 150 square meters, the price should be between 102 million yuan, if calculated as 1.5 million. That young man wants to buy a house. It takes 70 years without eating or drinking, because the real estate here is not for living. It's hard currency. In the environment of perennial Qualcomm accounts, the house is the only harbor against devaluation, plus the huge gap between the rich and the poor, a small number of wealthy people, and the management of mastering resources. It owns most of the wealth of this country. They support the high-end real estate market. This also means you can't put Egypt. It is regarded as a single flat market. Because to some extent there is no average consumer here. Between the high-end market and the mass market, there is a huge red forehead. Who do you want to serve? The price of your product. Which group is anchored? This is every entrepreneur who wants to enter the Egyptian market. Questions that must be answered. Step into Cairo's oldest market. The air smells of spices and hookah. Pick up a Pharaoh fridge magnet, turn it over and write on the back, "Made in China." The crystal lamp comes from Zhongshan. The phone case is from Huaqiangbei. The goods come from obligations. Our guide said many goods in Egypt are made in China. China is Egypt's largest trading partner, but this partnership, it presents a very unbalanced state. In 2023, the bilateral trade volume between China and the sea reached $13.9 billion. Among them, Egypt comes from China, imported $12.09 billion worth of goods. Exports to China are only $909 million. This is a trade deficit of more than 14 to 1. Mass market in Egypt. There is a strong dependence on Chinese goods, but that in no way means there is only the opportunity for low price arbitrage for Chinese entrepreneurs. This is both an opportunity and a challenge. The market has been educated by its predecessors. The challenge is simply arbitrage space is constantly compressed. So how to start from simply selling goods towards branding? How to move from foreign products to localization. This is also our trip. Hope to find the answer. Once you arrive in Egypt, you must not be able to avoid it. From the pyramids thousands of years ago. Don't think that the pyramid is perfect from the beginning. In the Desher region south of Cairo, there is a curved pyramid. Its slope suddenly turns from 54 degrees to 43 degrees. It looks weird. This is actually a technology iteration that spans 4,000 years. The pharaoh found that the angle was too steep during the cover. Cracked walls, so I had to temporarily modify the plan. But this time it failed. But he has accumulated experience for the truly perfect red pyramid behind. This reminded me of a passage from Mr. Wu Jun. The freshman year is, if Qin Shi Huang stood in front of the pyramid, then his feeling, it may be the same as when we stand in front of the terracotta warriors and horses. When visiting the Grand Egyptian Museum, we specially invited a docent, Professor Mamo. He told us, in their opinion, life in the city is just an extreme battle in an eternal journey. Why build pyramids? Why keep mummies? Because the mummy is a necessary passport for the return of the soul, and the pyramid is the soul's exit to eternal life. When a person sees death as a necessary transition, all his logic of behavior will change. But Egypt goes deeper. The more I felt a strong shock, not only because of these grandiose shame of time, but also because of the way they see the world. If you want to seize the opportunity, you must let go first. But that's it. It's okay to suffer. Only by understanding and respecting these differences you can truly understand this land. Okay, I'm going to continue to go. Pay attention till you run. Lower the cognitive threshold of business.